Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look into an update on the severe weather that will be going on across the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, even back into portions of the plains here. And yeah, there's been some major changes for tomorrow, and we'll get to that in a moment. But first, let's take a look into the day one outlook, which is today. We got a large slight risk area anywhere from eastern Kansas through most of Missouri into central Illinois, and even including southeastern Iowa, with a marginal risk pretty expansive as far south as central Texas and as far east as southwest Pennsylvania and northwest or northern West Virginia. Main threats. The tornado threat will stay back into Kansas and Missouri. Meanwhile, the temperature wind threat is there, but it's kind of low end. But the main threat will be some large hail here. And it's for those very similar areas. And I've heard there was been some golf ball sized hail nearby Kansas City last night. And we could probably see some more hail, but probably not that large though. And day two, which is tomorrow. We got a moderate risk for severe storms across northern Illinois, along with an enhanced risk surrounding that. That includes northeastern uh, Missouri, southeastern Iowa, and the northwest quarter of Indiana. And as you can see there, that's a pretty expansive of a slight risk. That includes anywhere as far south as Mississippi, Alabama through Tennessee, Kentucky, up into Ohio, southern Michigan, southern Wisconsin, into portions of uh, Missouri and Iowa. And marginal risk is pretty expansive as well. And this goes as far northeast as New York State and Pennsylvania, West Virginia, back down into about the Louisiana Texas border. I mean, so this is a pretty large severe weather risk area, and the marginal risk includes about 30 million people. Slight risk gets even better with 35 million. In hands and moderate, it's not that bad. So you see here, the main threats will be there will be some strong tornadoes in that area there. As you can see, there's a 15%. It's also hatched, so there could be some strong tornadoes. That means EF2 plus within a 25 miles of a given point. Damage winds will be there, but it's not too big of a threat. But there's also going to be some very large hail in that same area as well. So we're going to see some supercellular type storms along the cold front. And there's also going to be some thunderstorms in the afternoon as well. That'll be tracking from west to east. And they'll be continuing across through Indiana and Ohio. Now, and as you can see here, a significant severe outbreak is possible, as they're calling this here. And there's going to be a lot of turning in the atmosphere. You're going to have winds. So your low pressure system at this point will be somewhere like right in here. So uh, low pressure winds kind of go something like this, counterclockwise, of course. You have winds coming from the south. Your warm front will be somewhere here. You got your dry line here. You also got a cold front here. So this is kind of near your triple point here. Not this far north, but a little bit further south, nearby this moderate risk area. That's where you'll have a lot of shear in the atmosphere. There's going to be a lot of turning and all that stuff that could be pretty supportive for tornadoes. That a triple point is where the dry line, um, the cold front, and the warm front intersect. And that's kind of close to the triple point there. And you also got a good amount of instability there. You got tons of wind shear, a lot of turning in the atmosphere. You got winds coming from the west, you got winds coming from the south. You got some wind shear in there as well. And that's going to be very supportive for some strong tornadoes. Now, I do not expect a high risk on this day here. At this point, we do not expect a high risk here. Just keep in mind of that. We're not going to see a high risk for over Illinois. That's probably the max risk at this point. And so we kind of look to future radar. Now, the day of 3 km is the aggressive model at this point. It was pretty aggressive last night. Let me tell you that. And so this is getting to the early morning hours on Saturday. You already got some cells in showers of storms all the way across northern Illinois, and those storms will be keep on coming here. Here comes another cluster of storms, and here comes your cold front here. So this is the prime time heating hours. There's another area I want to watch closely, and it's in kind of west central Kentucky here, kind of along the I-65 corridor, maybe into portions of Tennessee as well, and maybe even southern Indiana. Seems like the balls are kind of trending that there might be an uptick for some severe weather down here as well. That could contribute to an enhanced risk, but it's kind of low at this time. Here comes your squall line here. There might be some supercellular storms along this squall line that could produce some tornadoes, damage winds, and even some large hail. As that cold front gets closer, eventually you start to see new storms form right here into southern Indiana, Kentucky, and even to Tennessee. We do get a forecast sounding right along that line. As you can see here, there's a tornado risk here. And I even found something pretty interesting. And I think it was somewhere up here. We're going to try to find it really quick. And I don't think we're going to find it like this, but it showed a PDS tornado icon somewhere in this area here, kind of nearby the Louisville metro area. And keep in mind, it's not going to happen, but the chance is there by looking to the negative 3 km thing. Um, so even though your supercell composites could be very high for later today, especially across Kentucky, back into Oklahoma, where you see those numbers up to like 30. Good news is there's going to be a cap in place that's going to prevent storms to develop. If we do not have a cap, there will be a widespread severe weather outbreak. You will have a severe weather outbreak across Kentucky, Tennessee. That'll be pretty major. You can see some high numbers out here and very high numbers out here. There will be a tornado outbreak out in Oklahoma and Kansas because the conditions are perfect for that type of event. But the good news is, since the high pressure is pretty strong, uh, there's going to be a cap in place. So don't worry too much about this here. And also for the severe weather front today, there is a stationary front right here and kind of along the I-64 corridor that eventually moved north as a warm front. As you can see there at this point right here, look at those supercell composite values. So keep in mind there is no cap over here, so it's not gonna be good. And as you can see here, it's pretty favorable. Actually, there's a little bit of cap in there, surprisingly enough. You can see here, there's a medium chance for EF4 plus, so that's kind of where it's earning its significant parameters from. You know, that's not the only risk, though. And as you can see here, it kind of pops up again across Kentucky. There again. It's shown this a couple of times where uh, I took a screenshot and put it on Twitter last night, and I had a forecast ending right over here. It was on the 00 to the day 3 km. It was on a different website and had a PDS tornado in this area right in here. So hopefully that does not happen. Let's take a look to the significant tornado parameters. Maybe we'll find it with this. If it could load here very quickly. Come on now. This is why people use slideshows. Probably. But anyways. Your significant tornado parameters is very high across up Oklahoma, but again, you got a cap there, so it's going to prevent storms to develop. I mean, yeah, you got fives, you sort of reach to the 6 point. I mean, it's way up there, but again, with that capping, that's really going to help. Now, with no capping here, for the most part, you got a 5.3, so it's pretty high chance for a significant tornado. Oh, and as you can see here, it pops back up again across Kentucky. This is what I'm talking about here. We'll get a forecast sounding out of that very quickly. If it will load in for us, which we'll try that again. So that's why I'm saying there could be an enhanced risk for maybe a little increased tornado threat. There could be a little bit of a large hail threat as well, because those mid-level lap rates will be there too. Between 7.5 degrees Celsius and 8 degrees. At least that's what the last time I seen that. And I don't think it's not going to load in for us, unfortunately. So we'll move on. Let's take a look into those lap rates. Alright. So this is prime time heating hours. Friday at 21Z. So your front's pretty clear. It's kind of like right here. Yeah, very high values in Kentucky and Tennessee. But there's a cap there. And that kind of continues overnight too. And here comes your front right here. You got some pretty high uh, middle of the lap rates. There's even some higher numbers in Indiana and Ohio, but I'm pretty sure there's a cap there. Here comes your front right here. It seems like the mid-level lap rates try to pick back up in a couple of areas, and this is a very high-risk model. So your lap rates are there. Oh yeah, let's take a look into the updraft helicity. We'll go for the run max of this here. You got very high numbers from last night's storms going through St. Louis there. There goes a very high value into from Iowa to Illinois. This is and well, that's pretty much it really. Not a whole lot here. You got this very long track line right here. It's kind of significant. But you also have these other lines here as well. You got another significant one right here. This is from a different storm. Also down here, you also got some updraft helicity swaths right here. It's not a whole lot by any means. So yeah, we're going to really keep an eye on this storm system here. And the time of making this video, the models were updated to to the 12Z run. I think we'll take a look into the data very quickly. And we'll take a look into the superset composite and the significatory parameters. Then we'll end the video. Yes, there will be a little bit of a winter storm, but it's not going to be too big deal. The severe weather is a bigger deal than a winter storm, alright? And this model's not that high res either. Well, it's not. But as you can see here, it shows some values, 7 to 5 down here. If you get up to Illinois and Iowa, there's a 16. So kind of around that triple point there. And look at there, you got a PDS tornado icon for the NAM. And that's a lot of energy that'll be going on here. Yeah, the cape is pretty high. You can see the affected layer, it's at a 6. So there's a high chance this could be an EF30. there's a medium high chance it could be EF4 plus. So, yeah, that's not good. And if I was chasing, I would be near the trip point. And another thing is here, these storms will be moving fast. The cold front will be moving fast, and a lot of these storms will be moving very quickly. That's why the area for severe weather is so expansive. It's because these storms are moving really quick, nearly highway speeds. So, in highway speeds, it's about 55, 60 miles per hour, maybe a little higher. And that is just going to be the scary thing too. Because when these storms are going to be flying, you also got a strong tornado on the ground. You're not going to have a lot of time to get into your shelter, so you got to be prepared. Northern Illinois, and it looks like we're going to include southeastern Iowa as well, and northeastern Missouri as well. Northern Illinois, you're not the only area that has this threat for strong tornadoes, and there's also very large hail as well. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. But just stay weather aware. We may have another update tomorrow if anything major changes. Also, the SPC does update their outlook again today about 2:30, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time or Central Time. That'll be about 12:30. But anyways, guys, this is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this severe weather update. If you guys did like this update, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you all guys got questions about this, you can put in the comment section down below. I will answer your guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.